Plastic pollution is no longer just a future threat, it's a present-day global emergency. Each year, over 400 million tons of plastic are produced, and much of it ends up in landfills, oceans, or incinerators. Traditional petroleum-based plastics can take hundreds of years to break down, and during that time, they fragment into microplastics that persist in the environment and pose risks to ecosystems and human health. Biodegradable plastics, which can break down naturally under the right conditions, offer one promising solution. In this video, we explore how Japan has emerged as a leader in developing biodegradable plastics, particularly polylactic acid, and how global efforts are working in parallel to accelerate innovation in this space. We examine the major players around the world, the economic challenges of cost and scale, and the ways manufacturers are adapting to new materials. We'll also look ahead at the future market outlook, including the role of regulations, consumer demand, and innovation in driving transformation. Ultimately, we'll see how this growing movement could help reshape the plastics industry by the 2030s. Japan's role in the development of biodegradable plastics is driven by both environmental necessity and technological innovation. One standout material is polylactic acid, or PLA, a plastic derived from renewable resources like cornstarch and plant-based sugars. PLA breaks down into water and carbon dioxide under composting conditions, offering an eco-friendly alternative to petroleum-based plastics that can persist in the environment for centuries. A key figure in Japan's progress is engineer Michio Komatsu, who developed advanced injection molding techniques for PLA. This innovation made it possible to manufacture durable, moldable products that meet modern performance and safety standards without relying on petroleum. Unlike traditional plastics, PLA decomposes into harmless substances like water and carbon dioxide within a few months under industrial composting conditions. This quality makes it especially appealing for products that are typically discarded after a single use. Japanese companies have already brought these innovations to the global market. The Iwan Baby Tableware series, made entirely from PLA, showcases the potential of biodegradable plastics in everyday products. This line of safe, stylish, and eco-friendly children's dishes has been exported around the world, demonstrating how environmentally conscious design can also appeal to international consumers. While Japan may be a leader in the development of biodegradable plastics, it is not acting alone. Countries across the globe are investing heavily in sustainable alternatives, with each region approaching the challenge in its own way. In Europe, stringent regulations on single-use plastics have forced companies and governments to act quickly. Nations like Germany, France, and Italy have introduced bans and incentives to reduce plastic waste. European companies like BASF SE from Germany and Futero from Belgium are pioneering new formulations and scaling up production of biodegradable plastics, including PLA and polyhydroxyalkanoates, or PHA. The United States has also made significant contributions. NatureWorks LLC, based in Minnesota, is one of the world's largest producers of Ingeo biopolymers, a family of PLA-based materials derived from corn. Their products are used in everything from food containers to electronics packaging and emit up to 80% fewer greenhouse gases over their life cycle compared to traditional plastics. In Australia, Plantic Technologies has developed biodegradable packaging primarily for the food and cosmetics industries. Their solutions aim to reduce the use of petroleum-based plastics in everyday consumer goods. Meanwhile, global corporations such as Mitsubishi Chemical from Japan and Neste from Finland are investing in high-performance bio-based polymers for use in automotive, construction, healthcare, and industrial applications, proving that biodegradable plastics can scale beyond packaging and disposables. Despite growing momentum, one of the most significant obstacles to widespread adoption is cost. Biodegradable plastics remain considerably more expensive than their fossil fuel-based counterparts. They typically cost 20 to 30% more to produce. In some regions, such as Vietnam, the price can be 2 to 3 times higher. This is partly due to limited manufacturing infrastructure, smaller economies of scale, and the cost of raw biological feedstocks. However, there is reason for optimism. Industry analysts expect prices to drop significantly as technology matures and global production capacity increases. Some forecasts suggest that PLA could reach price parity with traditional plastics by 2030, especially as fossil fuel-derived plastics become subject to more environmental taxes and restrictions. For manufacturers that used to produce plastic goods, switching to biodegradable materials presents both technical and financial challenges. Fortunately, there are two primary strategies to make the transition smoother. Some companies are choosing to directly replace petroleum-based plastics with biodegradable ones, using their existing manufacturing infrastructure. This approach allows for the production of compostable goods without major changes to equipment. And Fat Bioplastics in Vietnam is one of the largest producers of biodegradable films and bags in Southeast Asia. Their products, made from PLA and other compostable materials, are exported to markets in Europe and North America. Europlas, also in Vietnam, manufactures BioNext pellets, customizable bioplastic resins that can be used in packaging and household goods. While this strategy enables relatively quick adoption, it is not without challenges. Higher input costs, inconsistent composting standards, and limited global infrastructure for biodegradable waste collection can slow market penetration. Another promising approach is the use of additives that make traditional plastics biodegradable without altering manufacturing processes. These additives, such as EcoPure by Biotech Environmental, are mixed into petroleum-based plastic resins during production. The resulting products retain the properties of conventional plastics, but are designed to break down more quickly under certain environmental conditions. This strategy allows manufacturers to maintain current operations while offering more sustainable options to consumers. It's especially attractive in industries where retrofitting equipment is costly or impractical. The biodegradable plastics industry is poised for strong growth. Analysts project a compound annual growth rate of 9.4% through 2030, driven by regulatory bans, changing consumer preferences, and continued innovation. Some of the key factors that are fueling this transformation include: over 100 countries have implemented laws restricting or banning single-use plastics. These regulations create both pressure and opportunity for manufacturers to adopt biodegradable alternatives. Surveys show that 2/3 of global consumers prefer products with eco-friendly packaging. As public awareness of plastic pollution grows, demand for sustainable alternatives will likely continue to rise. Many are willing to pay a premium for sustainable products, encouraging companies to innovate. New initiatives like Japan's COI Next project for biodegradable aquaculture tools and BASF's development of advanced biopolymers are helping to diversify the use of biodegradable plastics and increase their appeal in industrial applications. Despite these positive signs, widespread adoption still depends on solving key challenges. The global supply chain for biodegradable plastics is underdeveloped. This includes the development of global composting infrastructure, better recycling systems, and standardized labeling to avoid confusion over what biodegradable truly means. As production scales, costs drop, and international cooperation strengthens, biodegradable plastics are increasingly seen not as a niche option, but as the future of the plastics industry. The journey toward a sustainable plastics future is underway, and Japan is playing a central role. By developing innovative materials like PLA and PHA, then sharing their expertise through global partnerships, Japan is helping pave the way for a biodegradable revolution. Around the world, other countries and companies are also rising to the challenge, each contributing to a growing ecosystem of solutions. Although biodegradable plastics are not yet a perfect substitute, they represent a meaningful step forward. With advancements in manufacturing, policy support, and consumer education, these materials could one day become the new standard. The transformation of the plastics industry is not only possible, it is already happening. As our world confronts the twin crises of plastic pollution and climate change, biodegradable plastics offer a compelling vision of change and what's possible. A future where our materials are not only useful, but also kind to the planet. Before you go, check out some of my other videos. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you at the next one.